Oh, Jeff,
What's up?
two birds with one stone. Ready?
Oh my God, for real?
Ready?
All right, let's get it.
Hold on, make sure it's on tape. Okay, ready?
Oh, Jesus Christ. This
Put your
guy
hand-
sucks
put
at
it up like
gaps,
this.
bro.
There you go.
He missed my entire hand.
Ready?
What up, guys? Jeff here for TheFloatLife. I'm gonna be very high energy right now because I just went 33 miles an hour on a one wheel and it was really, really scary. But I wasn't on a GT-S. Whoa, I was racing against a GT-S and it got a little crazy. Stay tuned next week. I think we're gonna have that video dropping, but this isn't next week. This is today in this video. And what we're doing is we're gonna take this guy to this guy and break it down completely, at least as far as we can go without breaking it. And we're gonna see what's inside the new Onewheel GT-S series. So let's go. All right, first let's pop off the old fender delete here. It did come with I think it came with a carbon fiber fender, but you know, it shipped in a separate package and that's not here yet. So I think it's supposed to show up today, but fender, come on now, you gotta see the tire. Who rides with a fender full time? That's crazy. We live in California. It doesn't really rain a lot around here, so we're lucky enough we can ride with the top down most times. So popping the fender delete off, it looks to be the exact same fender delete that comes on the standard GT. Same, even has a little GT logo on it. Nothing extra special there, but I can see when you open it up, I don't know if Jesse can get a shot of this, but I was wrong, that wire's not red inside there for the battery cable, it's actually orange, it's looking like. Let me see, rub a little dirt off that. Yeah, it's looking orange to me. So that's cool. Other than that, everything else looks the same as regular GT. Let's pop off these bumpers and foot pads now. All right, slide on out. Not gonna need these bumpers anymore. Bumpers on the GT-S, same as GT, exact same, no changes there. There you go, real thick, a lot of extra room in there. And we got the back bumper, should just pop right off, cool. Now one thing that I am seeing that might be a little different here, I don't remember this little electricity warning on the standard GT battery box. You guys let me know down in the comments if that's actually there or not. I don't remember if it is, so that looks new to me. Other than that, everything looks pretty much the same down here, other than the lasering on the rails is different. It's GT specific, so there you go. All right, oh, this is what we should be looking at. Let me pop off the front foot pad really quick. And here's a nice little pro tip. If you unscrew the foot pad before the connector, before you undo the last screws on there, you might save yourself some trouble of having the whole foot pad drop off and your foot pad connector breaking. So unplug it first is a good idea, because normally what happens when you unscrew that last one, that happens. And if it's still connected by the cable here, it can put stress on that. And as many of you know, that's not a very strong area, so it's probably a good idea to not stress it if you don't have to. Okay, low boy foot pads. So these are something new for the GT-S series. And yep, they definitely took out a lot of extra room down in here. The old ones were really, really thick, and these ones are pretty thin right here. So you can see it actually flexes a little bit right there. That, I think they went about as thin as they could possibly go on the flat there, which is great. It's definitely what you should do. There's no reason to have extra height in your foot pads, at least in the center where your foot sits. There you go, good job on those. There's still the hard plastic material. The edges still kind of cant in like this as well, which I feel like is such a silly thing to do because you lose foot pad real estate, but it looks a little cooler. So maybe that's the reason why they decided to do that, but yeah, there you go. The edges are a little bit less sharp on here. They're a little bit more rounded, but it is that hard plastic, so you still have that going. It's not like a softer urethane or anything. But I think the low boys, I gotta say, these are without a doubt the best factory GT foot pads that you can get. They're way better than the stock concave that comes on the GT. And I think they're even better than the flat kicks, because the flat kicks are still really thick, so you still kind of stand up really tall. Good job on those ones, guys. Those are the best you've done out of the factory. Okay, now let's see. Let's get these rails off and this hub out of here. So I'm gonna unplug the motor right now. Come on, baby. Oh, that's very interesting. The motor cable appears to be, I might be tripping, but the motor cable feels longer. I could be totally wrong about this, but it definitely feels longer. Jesse, look at that. Do you feel like we've got extra length built right into there? It seemed like the motor cable was actually, yeah, it was actually snaked up into the rails a little bit, kind of like this. That would be fantastic if they lengthened the motor cable, because what that means is that if you put dubs on here, or any aftermarket bent rails that typically tend to stretch the cable a little bit, that won't be an issue. And that means that it has a lot less chance of arcing in there and causing a big problem where you have to replace your motor and your controller. That's great if that's actually the case. Again, I'm not sure if it is, but it appears to be, so cool. Or maybe I just got lucky on a one-off that's way better, so who knows? All right, taking off the axle block covers. Everything looks the same here. And let's get this rail off here. Yeah. And then for you guys out there, when you do your tire changes or need to take these bolts out, these are TP45s. That stands for Torx Plus. It's also known as 45 IP. It's not regular Torx. Do not use a regular Torx in here, because a regular Torx will strip these out. So don't do it. It's a Torx Plus. If you guys need one of these, we have them on our website. They're like $5. Oh no, I dropped it. Okay, there is the rail coming off, and everything looks pretty similar there to a stock GT rail. I don't think they changed the shape at all on this. It's a way cooler black on these though. This is way cooler than that sage green, I think it was, that they have on the regular GTs. Definitely like the look of the S-Series rails there. Very, very cool. Got it. Forgot that axle block was on there. All good, no harm, no foul. Axle block with the mag handle. Looking at the axle blocks, they appear to be the exact same as on the GT. Absolutely no change to these whatsoever. All right, what should we do first? I'll tell you what, let's do the hub first. That's the one I'm most curious about, is the hub. I wanna see if they've made any changes to the stator. I also definitely wanna see these curved magnets that they're talking about. So let's pop that guy off. Oh, I'm so excited to get this hub apart. Oh, Robert, just in time, man. I know you've been so curious about this hub.
I'm stoked. Finally.
Finally, here we go.
Tools. We're gonna find out what's in this guy.
Yes, sir. Okay, here's what I need from you.
Okay.
I need a valve stem core puller. We also gonna need a block to push this. And oh, look at you. Is that a magnet tester?
Ta-da.
You get a nice sniff there?
Love that rubber smell.
Okay, let's, I'm going to the ground with this one. I don't like doing this stuff
Yeah.
up tall. So we're just gonna hit the ground real quick. Bop, bop. Ba-da-da-da-da. There she is, the stator. Now, Robert, does that look like more windings to you?
I mean, take a look at these side by side. We got a stock GT right here.
You're gonna wanna get
find out.
scientific on that one, sir.
So when it comes to fitting in the hub, this is our key measurement between the bearings here. 99.4 on the GT, and on the GT-S, 99.6. Hold on, let me clean that off a little bit. Okay, get all the grease out of the way. 99.6. Let me try in a different place here. 99.6, 99.56. All right,
Seems to be the same.
yeah, well, it seems to be the same, but 0.1 millimeters is enough to totally screw you on this design. So I am seeing a lot of, oh, did they really do it? 99.4, look at that, 99.4, pretty consistently, 99.42, 99.4, blah,
So you
blah,
think
blah.
it's less than half a millimeter difference?
So let's just see. I mean, look, this would be crazy genius on their part if it was true. There we go, 99.4.
No, you're getting the same now.
Okay, now it's the same.
Okay. Don't worry, guys. I know you were out there panicking right now, but Robert just screwed up, so you're good.
That's fine. It's just really hard to measure this because it's a tiny little bit of, you know, O-ring remnants or whatever.
So hard to measure.
99.4 or 99.36. All right, good enough. I'm confident that this will fit just fine.
Did you hear that? Sounds like he's confident that we can get a 5-inch hub on here, no problem. But will we be able to? I guess you'll have to tune in to the next video. This is like the 3rd time I've done this during this video. When we put it all together and make sure the 5-inch hub fits. So be sure to be subscribed for that one. What do you think, man?
It's also pretty similar on this measurement, although not identical. Let's see. Yeah, that's close enough.
Here's the thing, when I was taking it apart, it seemed like the motor cable was longer. It seemed like there was a little bit more slack in the motor cable. The motor cable was actually like snaking its way through the rail.
Well, kind of hard to tell.
Very difficult to tell.
Okay, so what about, oh, well, you know what else we can measure? Let's just check this. I'm sure this is the same.
It's gotta be.
104.95, that's the same. 104.95 and 104.95. Okay.
There you go. So Robert, what are your final conclusions about the stators and the difference in it? Because Future Motion said this is an entirely different motor.
Well, look, they said factory, what did they say? Factory tuned?
Factory tuned.
Tuning, yeah. So, you know, changing the windings is how you would tune the motor for a different, tune. It's configured for a higher voltage, that's for sure. All of the rest of the parts in here. Oh, you know what else we can check? Let's just make sure.
Oh yeah, the wall thickness on the axle. Did they thicken it?
2.3, it's about the same. The same.
Yeah. What do you think about the O-ring groove? Does that appear to be the same depth? Because that seemed to be where the axles were snapping, was at the O-ring groove, right? But that's gonna be tough to tell.
That'll be easy to tell. Here, watch this.
It'll be easy to tell. Robert can do it. Hard for me, easy
Let's
for
just
him.
pop this up. It looks like the same size of O-ring. O-ring is the same size, so that means almost certainly they haven't changed the groove. 32.9. 32.9 compared to 32.97, 96. Okay, they're the same.
So you're telling me the upgrade to the GT-S shouldn't have any effect whatsoever on the axle snappability, so float blocks might still be a good idea.
Yeah, this is gonna be the same strength. Even the, these iron plates, you can get these in different thicknesses for different performance to reduce what they call eddy currents or whatever. It looks like they're using the exact same ones. The size of it is also exactly the same as far as the, the height of it. Yeah, wound for higher voltage, and that is about it. But of course, this is only half of the equation.
This is half of the equation, the other half. Wow, I've never seen curved magnets before.
Okay.
Until today.
All right, let's see them.
Here we go. So here is curved and here is stock. Right? It doesn't, it's a little bit underwhelming, but they're definitely curved when you compare it to the stock, right? So Jesse, get in here, get some beauty shots of these guys. So those are the curvy guys right there. Ooh, and then that's compared to the standard GT magnets, which are just straight rectangles. So you can see very, very subtle difference. All right, we're testing motor resistance.
Yeah, let's just see what we got here.
Awesome.
But 2.2 ohms between the phases. And then if we go to this one, there we go. Oh, we finally got a connection.
2.2.
2.2. So,
seems to be exactly the same motor resistance between the two.
Yeah, that doesn't make
doesn't make any sense. Robert, here's what I'm excited about. Are you ready to test the magnets?
Okay, the magnets.
This is what I've been waiting for, y'all.
Do this. Honestly, I guess these are curved. The thing is, they're so small that it's like, how do you even?
I mean, if you feel it with your thumb,
it's curved.
Like between the two,
yeah.
It's definitely curved. They're definitely curved magnets, but it's so subtle.
All right, well, let's see what we got. Here's our magnet tester.
Ooh, this is so exciting. Oh, I'm so excited.
Okay. Let's see what we got.
We're testing stock first. Stock GT.
It looks like
and 40.7.
Well, that's just a 408 milliteslas or whatever. What's it measuring? Milliteslas.
Milliteslas.
408. All right, let's go to another magnet.
40. It's bouncing between 41 and 42, kinda. 42.6. Bouncing between 42 and 43.
43. What's this next one?
42 exactly.
42, 43.
And, ooh, 50. We're at 50.
Okay, another magnet.
50.
50?
50. 50.
Okay, well that's,
50s.
So you know what's interesting? They have these marked. Every other one has a little.
I did notice that.
You know, this delicate probe, let's, there we go.
Oh, of course.
Just in case. So
yeah. High sensitive equipment right here.
Every other magnet has a little
mark on it.
Mark on it.
Yep. You can see every other magnet has a little Sharpie mark on it. Bing, 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 bing. Every other one.
So you have to have that with curved magnets.
Yeah.
Because these are, you can flip them back and forth. So when you do north, south, you just put the same magnet in back and forth.
Sure.
But this curvature, they have to have 2 sets.
And you don't want a concave convex.
That's crazy technology.
Watch out, that's the next level stuff, watch out.
So that makes sense in here. And that's what adds to the cost. It's another assembly thing to keep track of. You gotta have 2 different types of magnets that you're ordering to get this performance.
Sounds like a headache.
Out of the magnets. Now what we should do is dissolve these out. Oh, hold on, can we see?
Can you see the back iron? Is that what you're looking at?
Well, you can see the back iron on both of these, but I'd love to see the actual diameter. Let me see.
Oh, you can't do it with these, man. I've tried.
You can't reach in there.
Yeah. If you get your really big calipers, you can get it. But it's tricky because the calipers stick to the magnet, so you have to kind of get a little funky with them.
Yeah. But we can at least see the thickness of the magnets looks to be very, very similar.
I think it's the same, man. It doesn't look like anything changed to the stator right here. Oh, you're wondering if they tightened up those tolerances just a tiny bit.
Here's the thing, because this kind of magnet goes in little stair steps, the back iron actually has to be a little bit further out. Whereas if they had curved off the edges that like stick out, you could cinch in a little tighter on it.
True.
So that's gonna give you a little bit less of a gap between the iron in here and the iron in here, which is what determines your performance.
So you think they might have possibly gone with a thicker back iron to compensate for that?
They certainly could, either thicker or they could have just brought it in.
Yeah.
A little bit to get, it's gonna be about like 10% closer.
Okay.
Which is not nothing. So that's what you're paying for. Anyway, this looks great. Let's,
Robert, dropping that stator into a 5-inch MTE hub is for a different video.
Oh, I wanna do it now though.
Which, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on that one. This video, what we're doing next though, we're gonna open that controller up, we're gonna open this battery box up, and we're gonna check those out. You ready for that?
Look at this, let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm excited to see this battery. But we're prepared for that. We got that, no problem. Also, what we'll be able to test, we'll be able to make sure that the controller gasket and the battery gasket fit, which will be great, but that's the next video. All right, these ones are always a little tricky right in here. Got them, no problem. It was a little scary there at first, huh? Okay, let's flip this over and open her up. Here we go. Ooh, there she is. Look at that pack. Look at the size of that BMS.
Oh, this makes more sense. It's got a cover on here.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what happens if it chips upside down? So this pack is totally supported.
Yeah.
The BMS, so that's kind of weird, right? The BMS cover is going to support these cells in the event that your board is flipped upside down and hit against something.
Sure.
These will be supported directly.
It's bracing everything, yeah.
It's just bracing it like this. This is great.
There you go.
Love this.
So what do you see? What do you want to do? Should we pop these guys off, take a look at this BMS?
Yeah, let's see what's in there. I mean, anything we unscrew could potentially brick the board.
Well, we're not gonna unplug anything, but I think taking this cover off shouldn't be an issue. I think this is a really cool pack layout too, how they made it really thick here by the wheel, so it kind of centers the weight closer to the wheel.
It's lighter and better balanced.
Better balanced, for sure. Because all they did was like, they had all this room for a pack right here, then they wouldn't have had room for that giant BMS. So where do you put those extra cells, right?
No, this is, I mean,
it's a cool layout.
It's kind of the only way that would possibly work.
I really like this orange cable. This is cool.
Yeah, this is a nice touch.
That wouldn't be a fun screw to find. This should just pop right off, I would think. That's okay. Thought I was missing something. There you go. Look at the size of that BMS.
Yeah, I mean, they took advantage of that extra space for sure. It's not like super spacious on there.
Oh, and it's sitting on this whole tray right here too. Well, you're definitely not gonna have any issues with your BMS rubbing on the battery box anymore, because remember, that was a huge problem with the XR.
So look at this. This is actually just set on there.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get a ton of support on that battery. I think what it is this battery is so compressed in here, from here, that it's actually, the battery supports itself back there. Yeah, I don't see any additional
So
battery
there's
support under there.
well, this is great because look, it's kind of free to move a little bit here, so it's not too rigid. And then by the time you put the lid on with this, it's just pinched in there.
Yeah.
Totally secure.
Yeah.
All the balance leads here. There's really nothing to see here.
Great. And since we don't know how to enter factory mode yet, we cannot unplug anything in here because we do not want to brick the board.
So interesting thing about this, there's no screws holding the BMS itself down. It's just kind of clipped under there. So.
Well, we don't know exactly what's holding it down to that tray itself. You trying to pull that out? He's pulling it out.
Take a look at the bottom.
Yeah, nothing there.
There's nothing there. So, oh, look at that.
There you go.
It just falls right out.
Falls right out.
Okay. I kind of like this.
Yeah.
There's no reason to put extra screws on here, and so they didn't.
The beauty is in its simplicity.
Keep it simple.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, cool. You done in here? Anything else you want to look at?
Let's put it back together.
Seems good to me. Okay. That is a really clean, nice design. I like that a lot.
Yep.
But that's a monster BMS to handle all that voltage, that pack like that. Come on. Come on. There we go. Good to go. There, I got these.
Okay.
We'll fire these bad boys back in real quick. All right. There you go.
Okay. Okay.
There's your gasket.
Covered in grease, as usual.
Greased up.
All right, so let's just see, can we actually put this back in?
Looks okay. It's looking a little long. Yeah, it looks a little stretched. Yeah, it's definitely stretched. See, it keeps popping up.
Well, you know what? I think
Look,
that'll
now
still work.
You know, just to be safe, if you're gonna take this apart, might as well have a backup gasket.
Back up.
Might as well.
Yeah, this will be fine. Just
What do you think about this?
Very,
Look,
very careful.
Look at this. We've got an
Look at
XT60
that.
locking clip on there. Wow, bright orange. And look at the size of those caps.
Are they bigger?
Look at these caps. Those things are tall as heck. Those are about as tall as you could possibly get on caps to fit in this box right here. Those are some monster caps. But we've got so much voltage pushing through, of course you want some giant caps on there.
Everything else looks basically the same.
I love that XT60 locking clip.
Yeah, this is kind of, I mean, it's too bad they didn't have it on the rear because we've seen some batteries that have come undone in the past. Didn't Raquel's board have
Don't
that?
unclip that, what are we doing?
It's probably
What's the point of unclipping that? There might be a booby trap in there.
That's a good point. Well, this is very secure. I love this.
Yep, it's great.
Okay, we're not gonna unclip it.
Thank you guys for putting that one in. That was a great safety issue, easy fix. Boom.
Yeah, I wonder if the new GTs are gonna start having this as well.
Maybe.
Look how they match the cable and the clip.
I know, the cable and the clip matching, real nice touch. Now, I mean, personally, I probably would have made it Tiffany, but hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But no, the orange goes great with that blue. Love it. What do you think, Robert? Are we all ripped apart fully? We're dialed?
Yeah, I mean, this is it. I feel pretty good about this. Looks like everything is gonna continue to fit. As far as accessories go, that's it.
So there we
Nothing
are.
else to see here.
That's a full breakdown of the new Onewheel GT-S series, guys. Let us know what you think down in the comments. Are you guys stoked on the way it turned out? Are you kind of bummed? Have you ridden yours yet? Have you gotten one? Can you afford one? I don't know. We were able to afford one, but we had to use a discount code. But we got one.
You had a big discount code for this one.
Big discount code, and it still cost a lot of money. But hey, you know, they spared no expense while building it. So here we are. I like that they spared no expense. I like that they made no compromises according to them. So this is cool. I love to see it pushing forward and building awesome, new, expensive things.
The more expensive, the better.
There you go. So, all right, guys. Again, be sure to tune in. We got a ton more GT-S content coming your way. Right now, we're gonna film a little video where we build this thing back up with all of our FloatLife accessories that will fit on it. We're gonna throw the entire kitchen sink at this thing and see what fits, see what doesn't fit, and we'll find out. So stay tuned for that. That one's dropping in a couple days. Float on, my friends. Robert, get out of the shot. Robert, get out of the shot. You gotta walk.
Do we have to leave?
All right, cut.
Do we have
cut.
to leave?
We're good.